Hi, my name is Ella. I'm a U4 mechanical engineering student here at McGill. I'm originally from San Diego, California. When I had gotten into McGill, I had never been to Montreal before. So when I moved here for the first time, my mom helped me move into residence. I was in RBC. We dropped all my stuff off in my little dorm room, and she flew back to California, and didn't know anybody. And so it was really helpful to be in residence and do orientation week or frosh and meet a lot of new people really fast. It was kind of like friend making boot camp, but it was really helpful, I found, in actually creating a support system here. And I'm still really good friends with people that I met in the first couple weeks of school. And obviously I've been meeting people since, but it was really helpful at making me feel a lot more at home and supported here. Winter was definitely an adjustment. Obviously, California has no winter, mostly no weather to begin with. So I had to purchase a lot of new clothes, like all of my sweaters and everything are all new from when I came here. It was a lot of making sure that I had layers and a good coat. I think I thrifted my first coat, which you can do. I don't know if I'd recommend. It kind of fell apart pretty quick. I would definitely recommend getting a good pair of boots, something that will keep your feet warm and dry. I ruined a couple pairs of sneakers in my first couple of weeks here. But yeah, it's definitely an adjustment. As long as you are prepared and, layer appropriately, then you're all good. So when I had come into McGill, I was able to use a lot of my transfer credits from AP courses. I went to a pretty academically rigorous high school, and so I was able to come in with those transfer credits, and it allowed me to start as a U1 instead of a U0. I just happened to take the courses that aligned with the CEGEP curriculum here. It was a lot of working with academic advisors in the beginning of my term here, and when I was registering for classes, I was able to actually meet with the department advisor, and they were able to point me in the right direction to figure out how to organize my schedule so that I was taking as much advantage of that as possible. When dealing with classes here, it was an adjustment, not so much in the course load, because like I said, I was lucky enough to go to a more rigorous high school, but the system here is just a little bit different. You're in these massive lecture halls, you're being taught by a prof who you're not as much in contact with, you're more in contact with the TAs. But as long as you take that time to adjust and seek help when you need it, it's a totally doable adjustment and you'll be back up in no time. So I was really involved in high school, extracurriculars and academics, and so I wanted to continue that when I came to university. I find that you definitely need to kind of explore and find what you want to get out of your extracurriculars. So right now I'm involved in two main ones. One is POWE, which is promoting opportunities for women in engineering, and the other is McGill Robotics. With McGill Robotics, I'm the mech lead on the rover project, and I find that what a design team offers is your ability to actually apply what you're learning in classes. Sometimes your classes can be a lot more theoretical, and so it's really important to be able to actually apply it. When you leave university, all you're doing is applying. And so when you are able to take concepts from different classes and apply them together on top of each other, like you have a fluid problem and a beam problem and a vibrations problem, and you're able to actually use the things that you've learned in class, have real world results, and be able to trial and error them. You learn a lot more than if you were just baseline doing the exams. As for POW, I really love working for people and with people, and so I'm able to get that from POW. I'm one of the co-presidents this year, and I'm very excited to be able to work with this team. I have been on the team for 4 years. We're able to do a lot of community outreach in the Montreal area. I'm able to go out. I learned a lot about the city this way, being able to explore different high schools and CEGEPs and encourage young girls to be able to apply and take part in STEM communities, even though it is a male-dominated field, and let them know that there's a support system in these higher education institutions. And so I felt like it was an impact that I wanted to make on the McGill community as well as the community of Montreal. It was something that I was involved in high school as well. And so it kind of gives me that opportunity that I wouldn't have otherwise had as an individual. So if you couldn't tell already, I really recommend that you get involved in extracurriculars. I think that it expands your horizons so much beyond academics. I will say though that don't stress out about picking the right thing that you're gonna love for the next 4 years. My first year, I joined a different design team that wasn't in robotics, and it was a great design team. It was a good experience, but it wasn't really a structure that I resonated with, and it wasn't something that I was super passionate about. And so the next year I decided to try robotics, and I've been with it ever since. But there's no commitment where you have to be in something for all 4 years. If you want to hop around different clubs, try new things, get experience, that's not only an option but encouraged. University is a place to find out what you like and what you're passionate about, and it's a great way to take your opportunities in that.